The Kawhi Leonard situation in LA is crazy. And I don't say this lightly, but it reminds me of a highly toxic relationship where both parties are to blame. Think about it. In 2019, Kawhi Leonard had just won a title with the lowly Raptors, and all the issues with the Spurs seemed to be in the rear view. Of course, winning papers over a lot. And the most popular kid in school, after winning a title, headed to free agency. Everyone thought he would go with the most popular team, the LA Lakers. But no, he chose you, the lowly Clippers who never get chosen for anything. Things were looking up. Everything seemed rosy. But now we are where we are. 5 years later, the Paul George experiment has failed. Kawhi Leonard has only played in 229 games out of a possible 450. And Kawhi Leonard and Paul George only played 26 playoff games together and 181 out of a total 453. Now reports say that for the millionth time, Kawhi Leonard's knee is not able to allow him to play basketball. Something that has been a recurring theme each year he has been in the Clippers. More importantly, each year as they get close to the playoffs. Every time they think they've turned a corner, something new happens. But instead of changing the behavior, the Clippers keep doubling down on the toxic relationship that doesn't want to stop screwing them, both proverbially and literally. Unfortunately, unlike a relationship, you can't just up and break up and move on because you have a boatload of guaranteed money committed to this individual. But even though one must feel for the Clippers and Steve Ballmer, who went after this with incredibly good intentions, one must say, when you're in a toxic relationship and you get screwed over, the truth is, the signs were there all along and you have nobody to blame but yourself. Let's talk. Cue my intro! Hello, YouTube fam!
You say it's me! It's me!
It's your boy, Big V! I am blown away by this. One can't help but laugh. My God, is there a more woeful organization in sports than the Clippers? How sad. 5 years ago, they had a new owner. They have a superstar who plumb asked to come there. Plus, they got another superstar at his behest. Now they had both Kawhi and Paul George and all of these pieces to fit around them. In an article written by the great Joseph Casciaro of the Score and Secret Base fame, he puts this situation into great perspective because he starts by talking about this summer when Kawhi was sent home from Team USA minicamp. Clippers president Lawrence Frank seemed to insinuate that Team USA wasn't doing right by Kawhi and that he actually was able to play. So now they're saying that he's out indefinitely. Joseph Casciaro says, either Frank and the Clippers were misled by Leonard's camp, the Clippers are purposely misleading everyone else, or Leonard's knee is simply too unpredictable to ever bank on again. Either way, it underscores just how badly the team bungled the last 9 months. Whoa. If that isn't the best in a nutshell description of this toxic relationship. The Clippers ignored all of the signs that were very much red flags. So with Kawhi and the Spurs, does this not sound exactly similar? Oh, Kawhi's representatives are saying one thing, but the Spurs are saying something else. Oh, there's a miscommunication. And again, this is happening. Why are there so many conflicting reports? What's crazier still is that Kawhi's teammates are saying that nobody works harder than Kawhi.
So when I say hardworking, in the weight room, it's LeBron. On the court, it's Kawhi. Together, weight room and court, Kawhi.
It makes no sense. The guy supposedly works harder than everyone, but he cannot give you 60 games. That's actually the most he's played, which was, funnily enough, last year. It just makes no sense. And then after the Clippers went 31-8 this January, The front office seemed to think that, oh, we can bank on Harden, Paul George, and Kawhi. But then nickel and dimed Paul George, their one sort of security blanket, although he's hardly anyone to rest your laurels on, but still, at least he's a little more healthy and available than Kawhi. At least he can give you something. But no, they nickel and dimed him, thought that he wouldn't have any offers, so he, pardon my French, fucked off to Philadelphia. Then they gave Kawhi a 3-year extension this year. So let's get this correct. Out of 453 games, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George played 181 together and only 26 playoff games. What? Plus they had James Harden. Plus Steve Ballmer has spent a huge fortune in building the new arena. They were hoping to go into this new arena with a loaded team, a team that could challenge. Within those playoff games, the Clippers have severely underperformed, including but not limited to the pandemic when they choked a 3-1 lead to the Denver Nuggets. What was easily their best chance at winning a title. They completely and utterly choked it away. And then they're being excused by saying, oh, we didn't want to be there? What? Man, everything else since then has just been a tragic mess. Whether it's Kawhi injured, Paul George injured, James Harden being James Harden and not playing up to snuff. The Clippers organization, one must give them a little credit, like they tried to make this team good. But if your players, when healthy, are amazing and they go 31-8, but then they can't ever stay healthy, one can feel a little bit sorry for the Clippers and say they tried their hardest. But what doesn't make any sense at all is how you gonna give Kawhi a 3-year 150 extension this year after the whole body of work. He has not played 60 games once since coming to the Clippers, except for this past season, which in doing so seems to have screwed up his body even further. As I said in the intro, the signs were there. Kawhi forced his way out of San Antonio. Then in Toronto, had a very strict schedule for load management. He again barely touched the 60-game mark. Then when he came to the Clippers, demanded that Paul George come or he wouldn't sign. Imagine after winning a championship in Toronto, didn't even consider it. Yet the Clippers said, fuck it. Let's put our whole future into this guy, cause we're the Clippers and we're trash and nobody's ever wanted to come here. Now you got Kawhi and Paul George wanting to come. You've got New Balance commercials with Kawhi turning the key saying, I'm king. Bro, what a joke, man. Nothing to show. And now the Clippers let their one insurance package walk out the door for nothing. Plus they traded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and 7 other picks to get Paul George. So they can't even get better through the draft. What? In short, much like a toxic relationship where both parties are equally damaged, nobody has become a winner here, and status quo remains status quo. We will end again with the great Joseph Casciaro. Whether they're being misled or misleading us, Los Angeles' last 9 months are a good reminder of what the franchise's entire existence should have taught us by now. Never trust the Clippers. Amen.